Well, here we are, people still clinging like crazy to our resolutions. If you're thinking about wellness, consider this though, it's not just about what you eat or how much you exercise.
Our next guest says, what's happening in your neck and with one bone in particular can also play into the wellness picture.
Yeah, from the Spinal Balance Health Center, Dr. Drew Drummond. Good to see you, Doctor.
Dr. Drummond.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, great to see you.
Now, right?
Yeah,
It
well,
does.
And a lot of people, they're making New Year's resolutions. But, you know, in a nutshell, I guess, what can people do to improve their overall health?
Yeah. Well, everybody, the New Year's resolutions always revolve around feeling better, getting rid of symptoms, staying more active through life, to be that healthy person when we get older. So exercise is always a component of it that I won't even address here today. We all know about that one. We all hate that one. But to really get healthy, you have to start working on the foundational levels of health. We need to start looking at, you know, what really creates good health from the bottom up. And if you look at our physiology, if you look at what creates good health and what controls every body function, it all whittles down to a chemical reaction or a nerve impulse. So if you're not addressing the chemistry of your body and you're not addressing the nerve function or the electrical impulses through your body through nerve function, you're not getting it. You're totally missing it. So chemistry is obviously diet. It's what you're putting in your body and what you're avoiding putting in your body. But when it comes to the electrical impulses flowing through the nerves, nobody sits and makes that resolution of, hey, I'm going to improve my nerve function this year. But you should. If you're not improving your nerve function and working on it constantly through your life, you end up with so many health problems when you get older.
Well, but what you were saying is most of us over time, or maybe it's intuition, you know what to eat and do and activity. You get that stuff.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know where to start on this nerve picture, right?
No, you really don't. First of all, you just got to understand how the nervous system works. And there's a video here that shows how that happens. There are nerve impulses that start up in the brain. There's 10 trillion per second that are generated, and they're sent down through your nervous system and then out little holes in between vertebrae of your spine and then out to your body. And then these nerve impulses go back up to the spine and then back up to the brain. And it's this dynamic communication that controls everything. And so with diet, it's really easy. We've got these key things that we can do with our diet that will improve body function and improve our health. It's like, don't go to fast food restaurants. Don't eat a lot of sugar. Stay away from the soda. But with chiropractic care, we have those same, or with the nervous system, there are these same things that are the higher priority areas. And one of them is getting the spine aligned. Misalignments of vertebrae in the spine will interfere with the transmission of nerve impulses out to the body and break down overall body function. So if you can align the spine, then you can improve nerve function. Specifically, the top bone of the neck is by far the worst problem.
That is called the atlas.
You got it.
We've learned that from visiting with you the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Why is it so critical? And here's a nice illustration that shows our friends at home where it is. But why is it so critical in terms of wellness?
Well, in terms of the nervous system, it's, you know, the analogy here to diet. If you're going to lose weight and you're going to diet well, stay away from fast food. This is the fast food problem of the nervous system. When the top bone of the neck is out of place, it interferes with the conduction of nerve impulses right up at the top of the spinal cord. So the left figure here is what you should look like: straight up and down head and neck, horizontal atlas at the top. With accidents and injuries, you end up with a problem like on the right. And what that does, it breaks down just any number of communication patterns throughout the body and break down body function.
With fast food, you're actually doing something bad by putting it in your body. Okay. With the atlas, though, you're not necessarily doing something bad time and time again that you can stop doing.
No.
Rather, you have to repair it after it's been done.
Yeah, it's just there, and it's there until it gets fixed. So one of the more common things that we'll see with people, while that atlas is out of place, it constantly interferes with the nerves that control posture. So there's another illustration we have here of what perfect posture would look like. The muscles should pull nice and evenly on the framework, and that's what's happening in the right photo here. Shoulders, hips, legs, they're all even because of even muscle balance, muscle pull on the framework. But on the left picture, the atlas is out of place and it's interfering with the nerves that control body's posture. So you'll see that one side is tighter than the other side, right? That's the kind of thing that you see when the atlas is out of place, and it's like that all the time, and you constantly have to adapt to that problem.
And it doesn't have to be a huge dysfunction in the vertebrae, right?
It's not like you're walking around like this all day.
A lot of times you don't even notice it.
No, we call it a subluxation. In the medical community, a subluxation is a fairly large misalignment. In the chiropractic world, it's a very small, tiny thing. So when I measure the angle between the head and the atlas, it's like as little as 3/4 of 1 degree can cause the nerve interference that would lead into these breakdowns in body communication. Yeah.
Give us some types of health changes, and everybody's different, right? What caused that atlas to be out of whack is different. But are there some of the more common health changes that you see as soon as people start to get everything back where it's supposed to be, that they start to improve inside and out? What do you notice?
It is a lot of fun to see people's nervous systems start functioning better because there is so many different things that will improve. The biggest problems that we see, and what really drives people into the office most of the time, are the biomechanical joint issues related to that ugly posture that we just showed. It's neck pain, it's low back pain, which can then lead into neck pain and leads into headaches. But there's a secondary layer to that problem beyond just joint pain because we're not relating well to gravity. And that's once the spine is out of place, all the little nerves branching out from the spine have the potential of becoming interfered with. So then we start seeing digestive function problems, heart and lung issues, numbness and tingling down the legs, sciatica. It's just about any common symptom that a person would have as they age that they just attribute to getting old. It's that
Very well could be the atlas, not age.
Yeah.
And to repair the atlas or to put it back in its proper spot, you have a procedure that you do. It's an adjustment, right? But there's no pain, is there?
No. There's no pain at all. We probably even still have a video here showing me adjust somebody, but I'm just leaning over a patient.
And you notice her face doesn't move.
The prep work is a lot more involved than this. There's x-rays that we need to take. There's it's very specific analyzation, but once I figure out a person's atlas misalignment, then it's just a very simple adjustment. And in getting that atlas into a better place, in improving the body's nerve function, that's really the big effect on health. But she's not feeling a thing. She's just a very light pressure on the neck. It's painless.
Right, so that whole idea, no pain, no gain, right? When we go to the gym, this is a different story.
Yeah, don't put you on an exercise regimen.
Well, find out if you're a candidate for care and take advantage of this. The first 15 people who call Dr. Drummond's office will receive a consultation, an exam, and x-rays, that bundle, for just $50. So let's give you the number. It's 402-452-3400. His office is in Millard, and you can visit spinalbalancehc.com. If you've said, I've never heard of NUCCA Care, I don't know what Dr. Drew Drummond's all about, I think the website's a good place to start.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, or if there's still questions, call me. I'm very accessible.
Thank you, Dr.
And make that the resolution this year, right?
Yes.
I'm going to improve my nerve function.
Yeah, and it's the action step is the first
That's
step.
the first step.
Pick up the phone, make the step.
Especially with that offer.
Good to see you, Doctor.
That's good.
Good seeing
Thank
you, too.
you. Well, Mike's 44th birthday was